Dumbledore goes to an eatery to meet with Grindelwald, holding the blood settlement they made to keep them from battling one another. Grindelwald lets Dumbledore know that he will crush the Muggle world regardless of his assistance, and nothing was ever going to stop him. In China, Newt finds a creature called Qilin. The mother brings forth an infant Qilin, which Newt needed to care for. It didn't take time, as Grindelwald's cohorts appeared, and utilizes the murdering revile on the mother, prompting Newt to run off with the baby. The heretics quickly gets up to speed, weakened him and took the baby Qilin with them. Newt gets back to the wilting mother, however, is stunned to discover that she had twins, and the other baby Qilin is very much safe. A creature appeared and flew them to a place deemed secured. Credence passes on the Qilin to Grindelwald. He supports the baby Qilin until he cuts its throat and sees visions about things to come in its blood, which gave him the upper hands in handling anything that would pose as an obstacle before the election day. Newt goes with his brother, Theseus, to meet with Dumbledore. He shows them the blood settlement and also gave them a detailed explanations of how it acts against him, truly in light of the truth that it identifies his longing to double-cross the understanding so he can fight Grindelwald. They agreed to concoct a technique to bring Grindelwald down. Back in New York, Lally is seen as she tries to convince Jacob at his pastry kitchen. In spite of Jacob's refusal to be engaged more in wizardry, Lally influences him to come, considering that his assistance would serve a great deal in bringing Grindelwald to a halt. She utilizes a portkey to mystically transport
to meet with others in order to bring their plans of double-crossing Grindelwald to light.
The rest of the gathering appears up in Berlin, Germany. For a political tradition, as there were others competing for the position of the next leader of the wizarding world. Grindelwald is likewise there with the purpose to hurl his title into the race. German minister Anton Vogel pardons Grindelwald of his infringement to allow him to enter the race. Newt's brother, Theseus, opposes Grindelwald's acolytes. It didn't take time as he was immediately captured. Within the city of London, Credence goes up against Dumbledore and endeavors to utilize his powers on him as instructed by Grindelwald to murder him. Credence is a Dumbledore, but he was meant to believe that his own people abandoned him a long time ago. Dumbledore counters Credence,
as they can be seen intensively utilizing their murdering reviles on each other, though it appears that Credence is no match for Dumbledore. But, due to the pain and hate he has for the Dumbledores, he didn't feel the need to back down.
Even while they battled each other, Albus
lets Credence know that while he is without a question a Dumbledore, he isn't of the very connection that Grindelwald had convinced him to think, putting him in a kind of reflect space.
Yet Credence can be seen doing all his best to defeat Dumbledore, because he was already consumed with hate, but reverse was the case for Albus Dumbledore, as he only overpowered him. Grindelwald at a social event is seen signaling a waiter. Lally moves quickly to stop the waiter from serving a poison wine to Santos, as they are plotting to kill Santos, which would thereby diminish her chances in the upcoming election. Jacob approaches Grindelwald with his wand in the wake of seeing Queenie and becoming bothered, as they try slipping her a poisoned wine. Lally figures out how to destroy the glass, however, fearing retaliation, Lally makes a whirlwind inside. There seemed to be total unrest as plates, cups, and almost everything in the hall was flying around the place. Everyone took to their heels, including Queenie. Even as she leaves, she tries to save Jacob, the love of her life, but obviously she can't do much for him, considering that she now worked for Grindelwald and Jacob was supposedly on the opposing side. Lally can be seen making a portkey and wielding her magic wand in defense of Jacob. She did all she could to counter every attacks till they were mystically transported out of the scene. Even as Grindelwald devotees makes their way into the event place, Lally puts up a defense and mystically breaks with Jacob. Even though Jacob was part of the plan, he obviously had no magical powers. Grindelwald has shown in his quest for power that he would go any length to possess it. He dips the Qilin in a colored pool, and after some incantation, it was reawakened to be used for his own good. Clearly, he has sworn to stop at nothing until he gets the position and power to enable him crush the Muggle world. The gathering afterward goes to Bhutan, as preview of the political race moves near. Grindelwald mobilized his cohorts and strictly instructed them to by every means possible retrieve a certain travel bag that might contain the genuine baby Qilin. In the magic world, the Qilin is regarded as the purest of all creatures, and it is often utilized to conclude on who is unadulterated of heart and deserving of driving the otherworldly world. Subsequent to Grindelwald quelling his cohorts, the gathering comes to the front essentially as the charmed Shilin bows to him. Things took a dramatic turn after Buntai shows up with the travel bag containing the genuine Shilin. The Shilin bows to Santos, making her the authority and the newest pioneer. Grindelwald endeavors to involve the killing Revile on Credence for bombarding him ceaselessly, and as well revealing his intentions. However, Dumbledore and Aberforth draws their wands and countered the ambush, thereby breaking the blood agreement. After Albus Dumbledore got free from the blood settlement for the first time, enabling him to ever go head-to-head with Grindelwald, they fought a few fights, but due to the bond they once shared, none of them was able to hurt the other. I urge you to go watch the full movie, is quite thought-captivating. The blood settlement would have posed as a big challenge if it wasn't broken in the first place, because it is more like holding on to a curse, and Grindelwald was very much ready to use it against Dumbledore.